morning, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on Tuesday morning across the street from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's day 6 of Green Bay Packers training camp. Ray Nitschke Field will be hitting that pretty soon. First, we're going to hear from Matt LaFleur, and of course, before that, we'll hear from you fine folks already chatting it up in the comments section. But first up, got to give a shout out to Ticket King. You know that's what we do. Ticket King has been based in Wisconsin since 1992. And they are staffed with experienced, friendly, and knowledgeable folks that can help you with anything Packers ticket related. They also partner with local Green Bay businesses for tailgates and bus transportation to the games. They are open on game day for last-minute tickets, upgrades, and they even have a drive-through window. You can utilize the Cheesehead TV app. Just go to the schedule. You'll find individual links for each game at Ticket King. Do it, people. The other thing you should do, of course, is get ready for the season with the official 2022 yearbook of the Green Bay Packers. Just head to packersyearbook.com. That's packersyearbook.com. Use promo code CHTV to get 10% off. That's promo code CHTV for 10% off your official 2022 yearbook of the Green Bay Packers. Do it, people. You know you want to. Get a great yearbook. Get ready for the season. Let's go, people. I don't have to tell you people in the chat. You're already going. Big B is here. What's up, Big B? Good to see you, buddy. I'm seeing you guys soon, right? You guys going to be here next week? Is that true? Underage Packers in the house? I believe that's the case. I'm very excited for that. Dustin, good morning. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think Rodgers could excel as a returner? Aaron Rodgers? No, I don't. Oh, you mean Amari Rodgers? I actually think he could. It was funny. There was extensive special teams work being done yesterday, and Amari took a return, and you're not allowed to tackle him, obviously, but it was pretty well blocked, and he got upfield and kind of came through the wash and ran out the end, and quote unquote big play. And there were two old dudes like sitting there, like who had some kind of VIP pass from marketing or whatever. And one of the old guys turned to his buddy and was like, "Oh, it'd be great if Amari Rodgers did something," and that was it. It was great. It was like, oh, it's just good to know that it's not just Twitter. It's like old people as well who disappointed in Amari Rodgers' rookie season. Yeah, I think he could excel. And here's what I refrained from mentioning it to the gentleman on the sideline, but go back and watch the playoff game. And I know, and I understand it's hard, but if you watch that playoff game, he's really good. He's really good in really bad conditions. I mean, it's freezing. The ball is like not easy in that situation as far as, we saw a big dog fumble, right? It's not an easy task out there returning in that weather. And he was lights out. He was really good. Yeah, obviously, he didn't break a big one, but I think that's more to do with everything going on in front of him. But his decision-making was good, secured the football every time, made positive yardage a number of occasions. I think if he continues to develop, keeps working at it, I think he could. I don't think there's any doubt. Now, whether that will actually happen, that remains to be seen. Brett, thanks for the super chat, bud. Nags, is football the most body-taxing sport? It's got to be the only sport where age 30 is it for most. Go, Pack, go. I guess it depends on where you draw that line, right? If you consider UFC a sport, I would probably give the nod to UFC. But it certainly isn't, it's not a picnic in the garden. That's for sure. You can probably play it a little bit past the age of 30, but for the most part, that is kind of a delineator. And you could probably play baseball a lot longer. There's no doubt about that. But I think it's definitely in the conversation. I would definitely say that. When are we going to see Watson on the field again? No idea, Bryce. Like Matt LaFleur said, I don't pay attention to timelines anymore. With no expectation comes great liberation or something. I made that second part up. I never remember the second half. Hockey is pretty brutal as well. Fair point, Krista. Very fair point. I'm scared, Nags. Joe, don't be scared, bud. Don't be scared. I imagine that when Quay and A.J. Dillon hit each other for the first time, the earth will implode on itself. Well, what a way to go, though, right? Nice big collision over there on Nitschke Field. Tell my kids I love them. Can't wait. How do we view your live feed for family night? Steven, we'll be on the YouTube channel. Just check it out there. I think we'll be on Twitch as well. So just go to Cheesehead TV. And to be clear, Only because we'll be asked a million times. No, we do not show the scrimmage. We do not show the practice. We do not show anything inside Lambeau Field. It is a watch party, much like the watch parties we do during the regular season. It is Corey and I watching family night. We do not show family night. I know I'll have to say this about 20,000 more times, but we do not show anything going on inside Lambeau Field because we like not being shut down. Spencer, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. You're the reason BWTB is headed to Green Bay. Take a walk. Highly doubt that. Nutson, what's up, man? Thanks for checking out the stream. Appreciate it. LT86, thank you for the super chat, bud. Your first impressions of Coach Bisaccia as advertised. Work hard, play hard. And I love his attitude out on the practice field. I was telling Andy yesterday, Andy Herman and I were standing next to each other during the special teams portion, and he drops an F-bomb almost every practice, a few of them. And I said it kind of made me reminisce about the times when like McCarthy would get really heated about something, and you would just hear just a trail of expletives with F-bombs like all across Nitschke Field. It's good to have it back. But he's not just that. Obviously, he does bring incredible energy, and and as Matt said at his press conference to kick off camp, he's very specific. You can tell he knows what he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he is going to let you know. And that is pretty great, actually. But long way to go. Long way to go. Bryce, thinking Love will get the majority of the touches in the preseason? I would think so. I'd be very surprised if Aaron plays in any kind of extended way. Maybe a series or two in that last preseason game. I mean, they've surprised us before and put Aaron in there at times in certain games in the preseason, but the game against the Saints, I think it's the second one here in Lambeau after the the joint practices. Maybe then I doubt the third preseason game, but we'll see. I mean, every time Matt's been asked about it, he keeps saying they haven't talked about it. So I guess we'll just keep asking. But I would think, yes, you'll see a lot of Jordan Love. I would be surprised if you didn't. All right, what else we got? Okay, I got that one. Don't want to miss any super chats. People get so upset. What do we got? Carl, thank you, buddy. Morning. I am so looking forward to yelling TD for the quiet assassin if Dubs continues on his current development trajectory. Have a great day. Quiet assassin. I like it. He's an understated dude, no doubt about that. Dave, thank you for the super chat, bud. It will never happen, but if a team had QB1 as the holder on kicks, they would really shake things up. Could you imagine how soft D would play if Lamar and Josh Allen was the holder? That's a fun idea. Well, don't ever forget, Tony Romo was the holder when he was the starter until he wasn't because he messed up a hold, cost the Cowboys a playoff game. Memories. Good times. Good times. Fairbanks, thank you for so much for the super chat. It's been forever since I caught a live stream. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Oh, and a shout out to, I believe it's Jordan, who I met on the street this morning. Thanks for checking out the streams, man. Appreciate it. High fantasy value for A.J. Dillon. I would think so. I think the problem, though, is that you're never really going to know when he's going to have a big game. I think there will be big games, but, he's definitely going to be in the mix with Aaron Jones. And I have to suspect Aaron Jones is probably going to be a little bit more reliable as a fantasy player. Now, you never know with injuries, you never know with defensive matchups, etc. But I love AJ's potential in fantasy, but it's hard to know unless you can, maybe you have a flex spot where you can just stick him in there and leave him, set it and forget it. That's going to be a tough one to kind of figure out. Next, we go to LaFleur's conference room. This is my message. Hi, Coach LaFleur. I'm Randy from Viroqua, Wisconsin. I want to win games and never give up hope and stay focused. No false starts and no holding flags. Randy Clancy. Randy, I'm probably not going to pass that along, but that is a very good sentiment. I like it. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. One final contract available. Who you sign? Gump as a returner or Boucher as pass rush, which rounds out the team for a Super Bowl. I'll go with Gump as a returner. We need some Desmond Howard-like action up in this piece. No doubt about it. Joe, except for A-Rod, the Packers offense is not going to be very fantasy friendly. It's going to be a different guy each week approach. I very much agree, Joe. I kind of what I was getting at. Like, again, yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is a decent play if you don't spend a premium pick on him. Like quarterbacks, you should always wait. We all know this if you're a fantasy player, but he's obviously going to be one of the first guys off the board at the position. But yes, he's probably the one guy you can really count on heading into the season, fantasy wise. Gump was great. Found the hole and just ran forward. I mean, this is stick your foot in the ground, the coaches say, right? I love it. How has Campbell been looking? Jason, he came alive when the pads came on yesterday, the shoulder pads. He's looked really solid, like everything we saw last year up until yesterday. Yesterday, I thought he really kind of just was popping and flowing to the football, and he had a couple of run fits that were just fantastic. And right there when the ball carrier hit the hole. Obviously, they're not taking anybody to the ground. There's no real tackling, but yeah, like yesterday, he really kind of popped for the first time in a way that like made him jump off the field, and that's understandable, right? You're not when you're in shorts and you're a linebacker, you're not doing a whole lot other than kind of making sure you got your assignments correct. Maybe dropping into coverage on occasion, but yeah, yesterday definitely came alive, no doubt about it. Dennis, what's up? Brandy's here. What's up, Brandy? Next, how do cornerbacks train to catch the ball? Pretty much like wide receivers do. The old joke is that the reason you're playing corner is because you can't catch. If you could catch, you'd be a wide receiver. But they do a lot of drill work. Some more than others do work with the jugs machine, just like the wide receivers do. But just drilling it, really, exact same way the wide receivers do. Is daily rotation of offensive line a part of the offensive struggles? I don't think it's that so much as the defensive secondary being sticky as hell. I do think that probably has added to that, especially yesterday. The defense was doing the defensive front was doing a very good job of constricting and collapsing the pocket. But I don't think so up to this point, simply because they've been doing so much. All the team stuff has been up until yesterday had been in shorts, and a lot of the work up front isn't real football. I mean, they are obviously working. They're working on technique, etc. But I don't really think that is contributing to kind of the frustrations and inability to move the ball at times from the offense. I think it's much more to do with the secondary. They've just been lights out. What else we got, folks? What else we got? Full pads today. I'm so excited. Now we find out how the receivers look. I'm rooting for Dobbs. Hopefully his success continues. Let's go. I'm with you, man. Absolutely. He had his quietest day of camp yesterday, coinciding with the shoulder pads coming on. So we will see. We could use Featherstone from Necessary Roughness. Good wide receiver depth. My buddy Luke and I have said a line from that movie almost all our lives since the film came out. And it's whenever you're like talking about anything about directions or going somewhere, it's always, I thought you were going to do one of these. I don't know why that kills me. It does every single time. I thought you were going to do one of these. Such a good movie. With it being first day of pads, will there be as much teamwork? Seems to try to ease into it. I think there will be teams. I don't think we'll go heavy yet. That's why they have the mandated third day where tomorrow the practice that is closed to the public, we will see it, but it will only be a walkthrough, to dial it back. I do think, Matt said though they were going to ramp it up a little bit. And it's going to be a bit longer today. So I would expect you'd see maybe not an explosion of teams, but I certainly don't think they'll dial back too much. We'll see when we get out there. I'm sure we'll have lots of drill work as well, probably more special teams, but I would think we'd see at least what we saw yesterday. Just because, like I said, Matt indicated it's going to be a longer practice. Can you confirm that Pat O'Donnell was booking them yesterday? Joey, I believe you mean booming them yesterday. For the most part, yeah. It always happens. Like he had that one punt that I talked about on Twitter that looked like that shot out of Superman. And the moment you mention it, like almost immediately, he has a kind of not a miss hit, but like a shorter one. But yes, for the most part, he had one outside of the other one the big one that I was talking about. He had one where the hang time must have been over 5 seconds. It was impressive. Now it's summer, right? It's one of the big reasons I think that he's in Green Bay at the moment is because of his consistency in the cold in the later months. And you guys remember from the positional previews, he averaged 41.6, I believe it was, in the months of November and December. I mean, that's monster in Green Bay, Wisconsin, right? I mean, the last two guys, Bojorquez, the weapon, love them both, but they both kind of not fell apart, but really fell off in those months. And to get a guy who's consistent and can hold and boom them like we saw yesterday when the weather's nice, I mean, sign me up. I'm there. Tim Davis, hello. The operation isn't getting any work with Mason out, hey? Well, I mean, the rest of it is. They still practice it every day. They're still out there. They put plenty of kicks yesterday. Poor kid didn't do quite as well as he did the day before last practice, but yeah, I mean, both long snappers are working. O'Donnell's getting work as a holder every single day. That said, I think Coco's making a bid for this job as a long snapper. We'll see. He's out there after every single practice for a good 15, 20 minutes, still working on his long snap. I like the kid. I like him a lot. What else we got here? Punter news. Hey, baby. We cover it all here at Packers Place. What is this called? Cheesehead TV. I almost said Packers News. That was old school. Yeah, we got to talk about special teams. Special teams, man. Can't ignore it. It's the third of the game. Cost us a playoff victory last year. Definitely punter news. Absolutely. What else we got here? All the cornerbacks need to ask Rasul for interception guidance. He held on. No question about it. I mean, we've seen Stokes drop one. We've seen Amos drop two. I think I haven't seen Jair drop one yet. He's had a couple of pass breakups, but I haven't seen him drop an interception. But yeah, Rasul, he gets that hand on that ball, it's over. Lights out. Jack Coco is my new favorite Packers player. Well, good, Dennis. I'm glad. Will Fuller, maybe. Clayton, I gave it a maybe on Twitter. Definitely maybe, only because we all know they had interest. There's the history with Matt LaFleur at Notre Dame. Brian Gutekunst offered the Texans a 4th-round pick for him 2 years ago. So there's clearly a connection there. I'd actually still be somewhat surprised if they made that move, but got to give it a maybe simply because of prior interest. And, he's got speed. That's something they don't have a whole lot of at the moment on offense. So, yeah, definite maybe. Again, I would suspect someone else will probably sign him at some point and give him a little bit more money than the Packers would. I don't think they'd have any issue bringing him in the same type of contract they gave Sammy Watkins. Lots of incentives, real low base. If he's amiable to that, come and catch a few balls from Aaron Rodgers, maybe go chase a ring. Who knows? But yeah, definitely not expecting it, but definitely a possibility. All right, buddy, I'm gonna have to get going. Can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Programming note: there won't be a pre-practice chat tomorrow morning. I've got Brian Gutekunst and I got LaFleur, and then I got practice, and then after practice, I'll have my only chat for Wednesday. So that'll be a post-practice chat tomorrow. I will be back today after practice for some extra cheese, so be on the lookout for that. And a great way to remind yourself and have the internet. Oh, what are they called? I don't know. Internet elves? Let them remind you. If you subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We're devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll see you this afternoon. Go Pack Go.